just told them that I hit 10K recently, or I told one of them. So for the most part, the answer is no. But like, kind of. But no one knows my channel other than my boyfriend. Number 10 is, will you change your mind about being anonymous in the future? Yeah, I think so. number 14.